Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Real and Raw with Ree. We are on episode 81. So before I get into the episode and all of that good stuff, let me just go ahead and say that some parts in this episode may not be kid friendly. I repeat, some parts in this episode may not be kid friendly. So you can pause it, save it for later, put your headphones in, do whatever you need to do. But again, some parts in this episode may not be kid friendly. So now that that is out of the way, go grab a glass of your favorite drink and let's get on into it. So, y'all know how I like to start off my episodes. I like to start off with a mental health check. So, mentally, I would say that I am at I'm going to say, I'm going to say that I'm at an 8.5, 9. Um, Nothing is really going on. I was a little stressed out about a situation, but I prayed about it, handed it over to the Lord. I'm still doing what I need to do on my end to make sure that everything goes smoothly. But like I said, prayed about it, trying to let it go, trying not to be stressed about it. Then I'm sad because I'm about to go back to work, leave my baby. I don't want to leave my baby. Feel like I'm gonna be depressed like my first week back at work. Um, might even cry my first day back. Like I don't want to be bothered, don't want to talk, don't want to nothing. Gonna miss my baby. I'm looking forward to coming home, kissing him, and just snuggling up with him, and all of that. Yeah, but other than those things, I'm doing really, really, really well. Had a great weekend. Spent some time with my family. Went out to a little day party, had a good time. So I'm feeling really, really, really good. I hope that you guys are doing well mentally, emotionally, physically. Stay prayed up. I hope all of you had a safe weekend. If you went out, even if you stayed home, hope that you guys were safe. But we are going to go ahead and get into the episode. So, if you guys have been on social media this week, a lot of has been going on between men and women, like a lot. Child, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I feel like I should start with some advice for the people, honestly. So my you know what, I'm not even gonna start with the advice. I'm gonna save the advice for last. So there was, where did this happen at? I want to say it happened in Atlanta, but I could be very much wrong. But if you've been on social media this week, you've seen these people pictures floating around social media. But it was a man and a woman. um the whole situation just unfolded on Facebook Live. So now if you've seen them on social media, you already know what I'm talking about. But because I watched the live videos of them like getting into it. The dude is on his live telling like all their business, like from her having herpes to her sleeping with multiple men to what else? Him cheating on her, him going to jail, I think, or him like running from the marshals or somebody. Um, Pretty much them cheating on each other. To sum it all up, them cheating on each other, possibly giving each other diseases. She's on the phone with her friend, and her friend is watching his live. So her friend is in the background talking shit or whatever, telling the girl what the comments say. So she's arguing, she's following him around, talking, and all of that. So they pretty much spilling each other business on live. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Like I don't even know why these people were together. I think they were married. I don't. Yeah, they were. They were. I don't know why they were together, honestly, because I feel like if you're gonna drag each other through the mud anyway, why are y'all together? I don't get that. And then when diseases and shit start getting involved, y'all don't need to be together anyway. Y'all need to go y'all separate ways. You know she cheating on you. You know he cheating on you. Y'all in an abusive situation because they did talk about that, like him putting his hands on her, and he didn't deny it. He clearly sat there and said, "Yeah, I beat you." Yeah. Why are y'all together? And then they had a child. I don't know how old their child was, but you could see like the little walker in the background. But it's just like, why are y'all together and then y'all got a child in this situation? And you would think that y'all would want to do better for the child. Like, that's what you would think, but apparently not. So like I said, they're arguing on Facebook Live or whatever. She's following him around, pretty much trying to correct his quote unquote story. Um, and then one part, um, he tells her to stop following him. For at one point, I thought they were about to start boxing on live, honey, because she was saying how he, I think, yeah, she had his phone or whatever, and she was saying how he never like fights her head up. He always sneaks her, and he's always pulling her hair. Her homegirl knows this now because her homegirl was like, "Yeah, you say how he always pulls your hair," and I'm just like, "What?" Like I'm gonna get there. But yeah, so she was like, "Yeah, you never fight me head up or whatever. You always sneak me." So she kept saying like, "Let me put my shoes on," and she kept looking up. So I'm like, "Are they about to box on Facebook Live?" Like, I know they're not about to box. They never got there. Like, they never boxed or whatever. But she did put her sneakers on, and then she was telling the story and telling a whole bunch of stuff. So then she had I forgot what she said, but she had told, oh, she had said something about how he was trying to get somebody robbed or whatever. And then he was asking her like, what was the point of her telling that? She's just trying to tell his business. But he admitted to it, but he was also like, what was the point of you telling that? So fast forward, she was about to tell something. I don't know what she was about to tell. I forgot how she started it, but he told her that if she told whatever she was about to tell, that she would be unalived. Like, that's what he told her, and she was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna tell that because I don't want to be unalived behind that, so I'm not gonna tell that." So he got his phone back, and then he was cooking or whatever, about to make some tacos or whatever. Yes, he was about to make tacos or something. So he's cooking and he's still on live talking and telling some story or whatever. So she's talking in the background and he tells her like, "Stop talking, get out of my live," or whatever. So he then tells her that if he gets off of live, that he is going to unalive her. I mean, he goes and gets the knife and all. So I'm just like, okay. So then I guess she takes it as a joke now because she keeps talking. And he eventually walks over there and he tells her, like, stop talking to him, all this, that, and the third. So he comes back to the live, he's still talking. He tells us that he will be right back. And he gets off of live, and then the next thing you know, the live ended there. Like, that was the end of that, if I'm not mistaken. And come to find out, he unalived her, and then he unalived himself. So if y'all hear somebody in the background, those are my nieces. They're outside jumping on trampoline. But with this situation, I will say that homegirl needs new friends. I feel like if my friend was in that situation, I would have been like, girl, for one, I wouldn't have been on like his Facebook Live. I If I went up there, it was probably to see what he's saying for myself. But I would have been like, girl, you need to like leave the house. You don't need to be there arguing with that man. Like, no. And then for one, if you tell me that your dude don't put his hands on you, baby, I'm gonna tell you to leave that situation immediately. There's no reason that you should still be there. There's no reason that I should be knowing about you about to put your sneakers on and go toe to toe with this man. Like, no. And it's crazy because people have friends who, what's the word I'm looking for? Who, I can't think of the word, but pretty much um agree with their behavior. So that's why they feel like, okay, what I'm doing is right, or they giggle and laugh about it instead of correcting the shit. Like, There's no reason that you should have been there about to put your sneakers on and go toe to toe with this man. There's no reason that you should have been sitting here like, oh, yes, I gave you herpes, but and you knew that these were the symptoms and it looked like this, but yet you still got down there and you licked all on it. Baby, what are we doing at this point? Like, what are we doing? There's no way I would have sat there and let my homegirl be in her man face, like telling some shit like that. Like, what are we doing? It's no way. I would have been like, girl, get the fuck up out of there. Like, what are you doing? Because at this point, both of y'all are looking like fucking clowns. And then you got the homegirl arguing with the dude. Like, because mind you, they're on the phone. The homegirl, they're on the phone. So, and she's on speaker. So you arguing with the dude. Like, you ain't making the situation no better. So, no, it's like now I'm pretty sure she feels bad. Like, damn, I could have, should have did this, should have did that, should have told her to leave, should have whatever, whatever. Yes, you should have. I'm not putting no blame on you. I'm really not. I'm just saying, like, well, I low key am. Like, you were part of the problem. You were part of the problem. But yeah, people need better friends. Like, you don't need no friends that's gonna sit here and agree with you and be like, oh yeah, girl, I went toe to toe with my man last night. Oh, who got more hits? You or him? Like, I mean, he blacked my eye, but I blacked his too. And then y'all going for drinks and cheering each other on and shit. Like, what are we doing? It's no way I'm gonna sit here and go toe to toe with no man. I'm not gonna tell my homegirl like, oh, next time he hit you, do this. No, get the fuck up out of there. Like, the fuck? No. Um, and then in his case, of course, he has homeboys on his live. And mind you, he was a street dude. Like, if we're being real, he was a street dude. Pretty sure he sold a couple this, sold a couple that, mouthful of grills, all this and that. And y'all know what type of dudes y'all be dealing with. That's my thing. I'm not putting no blame on her when it comes to her being unalive. Like, I'm not doing that at all. I'm not victim blaming. They were both the problem. Like, they both were. Y'all know what type of dudes y'all be dealing with, and y'all stay in these situations. Y'all know what type of females y'all be dealing with, and y'all stay in these situations. For what? For what? You shouldn't be with no woman that you feel like you got to put your hands on. You shouldn't be putting your hands on no fucking woman anyway. But if you're with a woman where you feel like you got to put hands on her, get up out that situation. If you with a dude where you feel like you got to put hands on him, or you feel like you're gonna have to go toe to toe with him and knock the shit out of him before he knocked the shit out of you, get the fuck up out of there. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't get it. And then y'all should try to do better for your kids. I don't understand. Now the little baby or little babies are without both of their parents over a stupid ass situation. But yeah, y'all know what type of people y'all be dealing with and stay there and stay in these situations. And you shouldn't be laughing about somebody telling you that they about to unalive you. Like, it's no way I'm gonna be sitting there laughing and giggling, or a dude telling me that he gonna knock the shit up out of me, and I'm sitting here laughing, knowing that he has done it before, and I'm sitting here laughing. Like, baby, no. I don't get that. Y'all should want better for yourselves. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You should want better for yourselves. Have better friends. Don't get no friends that just gonna agree with you to agree. That's gonna sit here and be like, condoning the shit that y'all doing. And people do get friends like that that agree with them. Like, if you don't agree with them, they don't want you around, because they want somebody that's gonna condone their bullshit, that's gonna agree with them and be like, oh yeah, I do the same with my man, and yeah, he love you, girl. No, he does not. He knocking the Mario coins out of your fucking head. Like, what are we doing? So there was this other story that I heard about where this couple, they were from Iowa, and they were in Tennessee visiting the lady's family or whatever. So there was a domestic situation. The lady was 41 and the dude was 26 or whatever. And y'all know how I feel about age differences. We already talked about that on this podcast. But um I don't really see a big deal with that, only because they are they not like 21 or whatever. He's, 25. He's older than 25, so I don't really see the issue with it. Same if it was um a dude and a girl, like reverse. I don't see an issue with it. I mean, they're both legal. They can both drink. Yeah, don't see an issue with that at all. I don't really know if that might have played a part in his behavior. I mean, it very much could have. But I think y'all know how I feel because my I don't know what episode I had spoke about when I was dealing with the younger dude. I can't even say dealing with because that was like a one time, one night stand type of situation, which I felt like he tried to turn it into something more. But yeah, I'll give y'all a little rundown on that too. For those who did not listen to my previous episode. So my situation was I was dealing with this. I don't even want to say dealing with for real. I'm not going to go into details too much because if you've been listening to my podcast, then you already know. And if you haven't, then that means that you need to go listen to the previous episodes. But anyway, so it was like a one night stand type of situation thing. And based off of how this dude was acting, you would think that I took his virginity, okay? So, excuse me, keep that in mind or whatever. So, um, he had asked me a question or whatever. He kept asking. I did not want to answer because I'm like, no dude really wants to know the answer to this. But he kept asking. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just go ahead and tell him. So I told him or whatever. And he got mad. Like when I say that I became every type of bitch, he shouldn't have fucked with me, all this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, baby, you asked the question and I just answered. But yeah, so he kept telling me to block him. And I'm like, it's really no reason to. Like, I'm not tripping. I'm not upset. Like, I'm good. So he just kept blowing my phone up, blowing it up like every single day. Like, and then, if you have an iPhone, you can react to the text and take the reaction off. He kept doing that like every single day. And then he texts me and trying to chill with me. And I'm like, I had to take the virginity or something because it's no way like I was a bitch. You shouldn't have fucked with me, blowing my phone up, telling me to block you. Now you want to see me. So yeah, like mama did her thing. So I'm kidding. I wasn't a mom then. But I'ma just say auntie did her thing. But yeah, so I don't really want to say that well, I don't know. Did I say yeah, I'm gonna say age probably played a factor in that and also the fact that I probably took his virginity. And yeah, but I hope I didn't. I really hope I didn't. But um yeah, so I'm gonna say that age probably played a factor in that. And then I'm going to say that I would that's like one of the main reasons I would not deal with a younger dude. Like it's just not for me. I don't have time for the nonsense. Um but at the same time older dudes can be immature as well. So, you know, I don't know, you just got to know how to pick them, I guess, but I personally would not go down. I'm not dealing with no younger dude. It's not for me. I'm good on it. So the situation with them was they had got into it about something. I don't know. They didn't really go into details about what they got into it about, but she was driving and then he like threw her phone out the window and then he tried to grab the steering wheel. So she pulled over on like a little road or whatever and he um pop out her like I don't know how many times, but I don't think I can say that on YouTube, so that's why I didn't say it. But he pulled out the weapon and pop out her, okay? I don't know how many times, like I said. And she was able to get out of the car and her five kids were in the car and they range from age 1. I don't know what the oldest child's age was, but the youngest I think was 1, or that's what the article said, somewhere up in there. So we just gonna say 1 to like 8. That's what we're gonna say. So she ran. Like, I guess she ran thinking, like, okay, if I run, he's going to come after me. That was not the case. Not immediately, anyway. This man sits here and turns the weapon on the mother effing children, and he pow pows them multiple times and unalived one of them. I think he unalived the 4-year-old. I think. Um, I just I I have no words. Like, that broke my heart, and it really, really, really broke my heart even more because I have a child. Like, I would lose my mind if something happened to my baby. I would lose my mind if he got hurt. Like, I want to wrap my son in a little bubble and let nothing get to him, not even a single germ. I know that's unrealistic, but that's what I want to do. Like, I'm going to war behind my baby. Like, yeah, that's just what it is. So I just can't imagine, like, somebody unaliving a child. Like, that just breaks my heart for real. And so, yeah, like I said, he unalived one of them, um, and used the weapon on the kids multiple times. Then he ran after her, and he got arrested. Because she went to the neighbors' homes or whatever. And neighbors' doors knocking or whatever. He got arrested, as he should, and I hope, hope that he gets what he deserves behind those bars. I really do. I hope he get what he deserves. Lord, forgive me, but yeah, I hope he get what he deserves. Cause yeah, you don't do that. You don't do for one. You shouldn't do that to anybody, but to do that to a woman and her children, like, no, don't do that. Don't f with nobody kids. Don't f with kids. Period. Don't f with your own kids. Like, the kids are innocent. They cannot defend themselves. Go fuck with somebody that's your size, your age. Go do that with them. Like, I'm not with that. Leave the kids out of it. Don't do shit to the kids. And I'm not victim blaming. I swear I'm not. But what keeps going in my mind is the fact that she left the babies, and I just can't get that thought out of my mind. Like, as a parent, you are going to do everything, anything to protect your children, your child. Like, so I just I'm just sitting here thinking about those babies, like, in that car, scared, crying, like, because of all the commotion that's already going on, and then for you to sit there and have a weapon used on you, and you just don't know what to do. You're in pain, you're crying. It just breaks my heart to even think about that. So, but I get it 100%. Like, you trying to take the take what I know what I'm trying to say. What's the word I'm trying to say? Um, you trying to leave the area so that whatever is going on is not around your children. Like, you're trying to get harm far away from them, thinking that if you run, he gonna come after me. He's not going to bother my children. He's gonna come after me. But the fact that he sat there and did that to those kids, I just can't get over that. That just keeps playing in my mind. Like, how could you do that to those babies? Okay, so this is my thing. Okay, the advice that I'm gonna give is, because I don't know if that was his first time acting how he acted, or whatever the case may be. I do not know, but this is what I'm gonna say. Leave these situations the first time that somebody shows you any sign that they are trying to harm you. Just leave the situation, that they are no good for you, that they do not care about your well-being, because that is very, very, very important to me. Like, somebody caring about my safety, my well-being, being a protector, like, making me feel secure, that is very, very, very important. So the first listen, I've never been in a situation like domestic situation, I pray that I never am. But baby, let me tell you, the first time that a man wants to put his hands on me in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that is it for me. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for you to black an eye. I'm not waiting around for it. You push me a little too hard, and that's it. Like, that's why I do not play like that. I do not joke like that. Don't grab me, don't push me, don't tug me, don't do none of that, because I do not play that way. I do not. I'm not about to play with you. Okay, so yeah, I mean, sorry y'all, that's my refrigerator. But yeah, we not about to play like that, and I would recommend, um ladies, y'all don't play like that either. Men don't play like that. Like, no. Um yeah, we not about to do that. And I don't want to sit here and say that you cannot play fight with your man, like y'all do a little wrestle 1-2. That's cool, I guess. But yeah, no. Mm-mm. I don't know. I might have did that, when I was younger, like play fight or whatever. But it's just something that I can't do these days. I just can't do it. But to each their own. If y'all do it, cool, awesome, whatever, whatever. But it's just not something that I'm about to do. Like, no, you're not about to pick me up and slam me down on the bed. Like, that's just not about to happen. Cause yeah, it's not about to happen. It's not. But yes, men, the first time that a lady smacks you across your face, jack you up by the collar, I recommend that you go on about your business too. I don't recommend that you just stay there and she be like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that," or whatever. She did it once, she gonna do it again. And I feel like if you gotta sit here and keep checking, I can't curse, my baby awake now. But if you gotta sit here and keep checking, then it's just best that you just cut that all out. Because if somebody continues to do something after you checked it, or even if you, that's why you check stuff as soon as it happens, especially if it's something that you do not want to continue, baby, check that immediately. Do not let it continue, because I'm the type of person where I'm going to be like, well, I've done that before and you never said anything. So why is it an issue now? I'm that type of person. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, that's the type of person that I am. So it's like, yeah, check it immediately. If it's something that you don't like, check it. Especially when it comes to somebody putting hands on you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Don't play that way. Don't even do it. Because, and then um when people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again," or especially if they on some, "Oh, you made me do that." Yeah, red flag, baby. Like, it's just time to go. Because when they black your eye, they're gonna say the same thing. When they bust your lip, break a rib, they're gonna say the same thing. So it's just best to go ahead and get up out that situation and stop waiting for them to break your damn neck. Okay, like, no, it should just go ahead and get out of that situation. And friends of these people, don't sit here and egg it on. Like, "Oh yeah, girl, yeah, tonight make sure you black his eye before he black yours." What? And then I feel like, men, I need y'all to like answer this question for me. Like, do y'all homeboys, like the homeboys that y'all have, that y'all know be sitting out here like knocking women out for real? Do they sit here and tell y'all that be the type of time they on, that they had to, black their girl eye the night before? Like, do they tell y'all these things? And if they do, like, what do y'all reaction be? And then to the women that got the homegirls that be having to go toe to toe with a man, do y'all tell them like that's not right? Or do y'all sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, I had to do the same thing with my man"? Like, how does the conversation go? Because I know there's a conversation. And how are y'all friends with people that be going toe to toe with a man or they woman, that be knocking a woman down to the ground? Like, how are y'all cool with these people? Like, how do y'all be feeling knowing that y'all are cool with somebody that be on this type of time. Like, I really need to know. Okay, like I'm very serious. I need some answers. So switching gears a little bit, somebody told me to talk about this on my podcast. So they asked me like, how do I feel about somebody who I'm getting to know or quote unquote dating? I'm gonna say, bless you, baby. I'm gonna say, having conversation with, because we know that my dating and relationships and all that is different from other people. So, which y'all learned about that in my intro episode, which is the very first episode. Okay. Um, but yeah, so they asked me, how do I feel about a dude not being able to talk after a certain time, or it's like a pattern where they don't text back after a certain time. I don't hear from them, all this, that, and the third. So, for one, I'm going to feel like you have a woman. If you know that phone goes on do not disturb after, well, I'm not going to say that necessarily because my phone goes on do not disturb after 7. But if I see that that's during the week. But if I see that you have called me and I really want to talk to you or whatever, if I see that you text me and you told me like, oh, I called you, or I see that you called, I'm gonna call you back. Like, that's just what it is. And I feel like if you ask the person about it, they should tell you. You know, like, oh, my phone goes on do not disturb at blah blah blah. But yeah, you can put people on them favorites and they will come through. But like I said, not everybody deserves a spot on favorites. If I really F with you, you going up there. You're gonna be able to come through. But other than that, you probably will not. But if somebody gets off the phone, like, let's just say, because I don't know, I'm a little different. But let's just say every time you get home or you pull up at the house, you get off the phone. You haven't even made it through the door yet, and you are getting off the phone. I'm gonna feel like, damn, why they can't, go talking on the way in the house? Like, I could see if you went in the house, you put your keys down, and you was like, well, let me get settled. No, you don't walk through the house a little bit and then you like, all right, let me get settled, take a shower, all that. I'm gonna call you back. And then after that, you call me back. Okay, cool. Um, but if it's like constantly every time you like, let's just say went in the house, walked around, right? And then you like, okay, I'm gonna let me get settled, take a shower, I'm gonna call you back, and then you never, ever, ever call back. I'ma still suspect that you got something going on, because it's like, okay, why do you keep? And then I'm gonna speak on it. You do that one time and you don't call back, and I'm gonna be like, okay, so the next day I might be like, what happened to you calling back or whatever, and then you say what you say. Second time you do it, I'm gonna start peeping, like. For one, I'm not a person that is about to keep repeating herself. Like, that's just not what I'm gonna do. On to the next, baby. That's just what it is. Like I said, um, it could still be getting to know you, but now I'm getting to know somebody else, because we're not about to keep playing these games. You heard me the first time, and you're doing the same. So we're not about to keep doing it. I'm not about to keep repeating myself. So yeah, and then I already feel like something going on. Nah, baby, I'm good. So yeah, um, you if you have a woman or a man, just say that. If you live with somebody, just say that. If you living with your baby mama, just say that. If you living with your baby daddy, just say that. If you have a woman that's a roommate that you kicking it with from time to time, if you know what I mean, and vice versa, say that. Yes, baby. I respect people more when you are honest. If you have something going on, baby, just tell me what's going on. Just say that. If you gotta, talk to your other little boo every day at 7 o'clock, just say that. Just say that. Because I do not like inconsistency. Like, I do not like it. And then people these days cannot communicate. Just be honest with me, baby, and I'm gonna keep it pushing and go do my thing. Just be honest with me. I don't like to play no games. I respect you more if you're honest than when you play with me, because it's no coming back from that after you play with me. to be honest. So someone asked me a question, asking me who do I think apologizes easier, men or women. So I'm going to play their voice note and then I'm going to give my opinion on who I think apologizes easier.
When it comes to whether a man or a woman has an easier time of apologizing, I believe it's dependent upon how mature that individual is who is willing to take responsibility for their actions. I think people who are not willing to take responsibility for their actions are going to have a hard time apologizing for their wrongdoing. I think, when you realize what you've done has not only affected the person that you're hurting, but it's also hurting you as well. I think you'll start to realize or take into more consideration of um, the person's feelings that you hurt. Um, and you also got to realize whether you're a man or a woman how to let go and forgive yourself and change the um, behavior so you don't end up in that situation again where you have to apologize for doing something wrong. But the biggest thing is just taking responsibility for your actions and just understand no matter whether you're a man or a woman, we all have um, we all have the choice to take responsibility for our actions and also trying to fix the issue that we may have caused. And an apology can go a long
Who do I think
way
apologizes easier,
as
men or
long as
women?
you put your actions behind it.
I'm honestly going to say it depends on the situation, but if I'm being completely honest, I'm going to say I think men do. Ladies, yeah, I know. I feel like men do because I feel like most women never want to be wrong. Um, and I know I always say that I'm right. I always say that. I know that I'm wrong sometimes, but I'm going to keep on talking and keep on going until I kind of convince you that I am right. But if it's like on some serious, I'm not gonna sit here and like argue you down on no crazy stuff like make it 100% serious or whatever. It's gonna be like jokey joke if I know like, oh yeah, he right or whatever. It's gonna be on some jokey joke type stuff. It's not gonna be on nothing crazy, insane, like trying to, you know, really pick with you for real, knowing that I'm wrong. But I'm gonna say that I think men apologize a lot easier than women. I don't even know if I really want to say that for real. I don't know. It honestly depends on the situation though. Like, yeah, it depends on the situation. Cause I can apologize when I am wrong. Like if I hurt your feelings about something, I'm gonna apologize about it. If I haven't really been communicating with you or something like that, I'm gonna apologize about it. Um, I'm not gonna 100% blame you on the communication thing, especially if I know that I could have done better on my end. The only thing that really gets me is when people are like, oh, it takes two people to do da da da. Baby, if you wrong, just say you wrong, or just be like, my bad. Like, just say that. And people who say, well, it takes two to this, them the mother effers that's usually wrong anyway. Like, I peep that y'all be wrong, and that's why y'all say that. So yeah, it's taking a lot in me to say that the men apologize easier, but that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna just go with the men. But it honestly depends on the situation. But I'm gonna just lean more so towards the men. Okay, just for this one, I'm gonna just lean over there towards the men. Sometimes. So I asked you guys to send me voice notes of what your three non-sexual turn-ons are. and you guys did not disappoint. So I'm gonna play those for y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it.
I say a non-sexual turn-on is watching your partner succeed in life. There's something powerful about seeing the person that you love chasing their goals, overcoming obstacles, stepping into their full potential. That's very inspiring to me. Their growth becomes your motivation, which, of course, I feel proud, honored, and lucky to just witness that and to be a part of that journey. It's not about competition, but it's about celebration. Their wins feel like your wins too. Another non-sexual turn on for me is acts of service. Uh, and I'm talking about doing small, thoughtful things like bringing you coffee or doing something without being asked, which makes your day go easier. And, that shows love in action. And that's very meaningful. Finally, I would say mental health is important. Someone who goes to therapy, take breaks when are needed, set boundaries, or just even talking about mental health, that shows, responsibility, emotional maturity, and the courage to heal.
Three non-sexual turn-ons for me. Consistency. I love when a woman can be consistent. Like that shows a lot in a woman to me because I know if it was anything between us, I know I will get back what I give. Sense of humor. That's me all day. So somebody that can match my sense of humor, that turns me on so much. And a great communicator, a woman who can talk and be open and knows how to hold a conversation, that turns me on in ways that you can ever imagine. Like a woman that just talks randomly about stuff and can can have my attention and keep me interested. All of the above
So three
turns me on
non-sexual turn-ons for
without being
me.
sexual.
These are in no particular order. But one, I will say I love seeing a man work with his hands. He could be changing a light bulb. He could be pumping gas. He could be painting, or hell, he could be chopping onions for all I care. I just love seeing a man work with his hands. I love to see him, just be concentrated, because whenever a man is working on something with his hands, I see him focused, I see him concentrated, and I absolutely love that. Another non-sexual turn on for me, I love when a man smiles or laughs, especially my black men, because I feel like they don't laugh or smile as often. And I'm not talking about that little chill laugh, that little ha. I want to hear you cackle. I absolutely love that. And I say that because that lets me know, at least for that split second or two, that lets me know that you are authentically and you are genuinely happy in that moment. So I definitely love a smile. I definitely love a nice good cackle, a nice good laugh. So my last non-sexual turn on, I love watching a man drive. And that could probably go hand in hand in, watching a man, use his hands. But I love watching a man drive. It's just something about him just being, again, very focused. I especially love it when he puts his hands on my thigh or he holds my hand while he drives. Absolutely love it. So those are my three non-sexual turn-ons.
So, three non sexual turn ons for me from a woman. One, again, I expect the divine femininity. Of course, there has to be a balance between the masculinity and femininity, but I want her to be dwelling in her femininity more than the masculinity, just because of the simple type of the man needs to lead, the woman will follow, but the man has to have a plan in order to lead correctly, and also make sure that she's in her safe and soft era, so that he is willing to get that divine femininity from her. The second thing that's a non-sexual turn on is when a woman is actually listening to you. Because sometimes there goes days where people don't listen to anybody, or just use that listening ear, or they'll say, I'm here for you, you can talk to me if you want to, and don't remember the whole conversation, or at least repeat it back to that person so that the person can feel that, okay, my woman is actually listening to what I have to say. And then the third thing I always say is consideration. Being considerate of the other, your man's feelings and emotions, even though we think logically, sometimes we may feel down, we may feel a type of way, but that's why it's called a feeling, because we're feeling those things at that moment, right then and there. But if the woman is considerate enough to listen, be there for you as the support system she is, and uplift you with those femininity words, or just, her being in her feminine era, that soft girl era, just letting her man know that everything's gonna be okay, keep pushing him to do better. Like, this one little bump in the road ain't gonna
Just
stop the
interrupting you
motion that
guys
you've
real
been
quick to
moving,
tell
and
you
things of
whatever
that nature.
platform that you are listening to my podcast on, whether that be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure that you are following my podcast. If you are listening on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the episode. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
So my three non-sexual turn-ons is definitely a sense of humor. I mean, somebody who, I can laugh and joke with. Someone who can, make me laugh. I mean, it allows me to, have a easier day knowing that I don't have to be uptight around my woman. Her being able to make me laugh. Another non-sexual turn on is someone who believes in growing together as a couple. Someone who's, I need a woman who is thinking of what else can we do to grow together, whether that be financially, physically, emotionally, mentally. That's another spiritually. That's another non-sexual turn on. And then last but not least, it would be unconditional acceptance. So unconditional acceptance, that is when you love someone and value them despite their flaws, despite what they've been through in the past, regardless of flaws, mistakes, or even behaviors, still loving them unconditionally. Now, sometimes behaviors do need to change because behaviors can drain a person, but the unconditional acceptance is just like, even at your worst, I still choose you. And I think that's hard I think that last one, the unconditional acceptance, is very hard for anybody to accept. But if you can accept it,
Very good
I
question. That's a
believe your
very good
relationship can make
question.
it through
When it comes to my
anything.
non-sexual turn-ons, when it comes to women, it's going to have to be a good sense of humor, confidence, and just being open-minded and willing to try new things.
So 3 non-sexual turn-ons for me. Having a life and identity of your own. It's nothing sexier than a woman that's going after her goals, going after her dreams. She knows what she wants and she's not letting anyone stop her. To me, it should be you going after what you want, the goals that you had before we met. And I'm doing the same thing, and we meet in the middle and we grow. That's something that I notice a lot. That a lot of women tend to lose themselves in their relationships, and that's not something that anybody should do. Go for what you want. Me seeing you striving, achieving being great in whatever field, etc. you're in, that's sexy. Like, please keep doing that. That's something that I love to see. Also, can you challenge me intellectually? Like, can you drop a gem on me mid-conversation about something that I don't know? Because to me, if you're cultured and you've experienced all these different things, I don't know everything. You don't know everything. I want you to challenge me. Let's have some real dialogue and not just like keep on the same 4 or 5 subjects. Like, show me a side of you that other people may not know. That, hey, surprise me. Like, wow, she really just said that. Or wow, I didn't know you knew those things. So definitely challenging me intellectually, because I like having those conversations and picking people's brains. That's definitely something that's important to me. And third, a woman who is confident without being cocky. Like, you can walk into a room, you know who you are. If you walk into Target right now, if you have on sweats and a t-shirt, your hair is up on a ponytail or what have you, you still good no matter what. Like, those are 3 things that I find that's just incredible about a woman. That's a major turn on. That's non-sexual. So that's my thoughts for now.
Y'all really gave some good answers though. Like, the people who I be asking these questions to, I already know that you guys will not disappoint me and you guys are gonna come through. Some of the answers that stood out to me, um, of course, it's like the femininity one, because I feel like most men, Lord, most women want to be feminine anyway. Um, well, let me rephrase that. Because I feel like if you have a good man or whatever, and he's making sure you're good, whatever, whatever, and he's showing up and showing you that he is a man, that he is going to let you be feminine. Like, girl, please chill out and relax and let that man do what he do. Let him lead, okay? Let your guard down. And I know that's hard, especially if women are like, well, we didn't choose to be strong, we had to. Okay, I 100% get it, because I am the same way. But I feel like this is the same as, Lord, I don't know why seducing was in my head. What's that word? Submissive, being submissive. Okay, and submitting to your man. You want a man to show you that he is worth submitting to. If he show up, show out, do what he needs to do, he's a leader. He lets you let your guard down and be feminine while he is being very masculine, and he's like, nah, babe, I got it. Like, you not taking them groceries in the house, like, he got it. You don't have to carry on all this extra weight now because you have a man there, a man that is showing up, being attentive, doing what a man is supposed to do. Baby, relax. Let your guard down and let this man do what he does. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what every woman wants. Some women anyway. But I feel like when you have a man that's showing up as a man and is doing manly things and all of that, you cannot continue to live in your masculinity. Like, you can't do that. You cannot. You have to now become feminine. Live in that. You cannot keep... Listen, if your tire get flat, the man probably likes that you know how to change it. But let that man be a man. Let that man go out there and change that tire. Okay? Let him go out there and do that. It's cool that you can cut the grass. Okay? It's cool. It's cool that you can take out this big bag of trash because that's what you are used to. But now you have a man there. Let that man do that. It's cool that you know how to change the filters in your house. And you can climb on your little step stool, okay? Or your little ladder, whatever. Let that man do that. Let him do that, okay? Let a man be a man. Because one of my male friends, well, yeah, we were talking about that before. Like, he was dealing with a girl, and he was like that every time he tried to help with something. Like, of course, she was a single mom. She's used to doing everything on her own. And he was like, when he tried to like fix her vacuum, she was like, no, I got it. And it made him feel like she didn't need him. Like she didn't want him around because she's not letting him be a man. That's why I tell dudes this, okay? I be joking, but at the same time, I'm not. Okay, because I tell them, I be like, when a man is around, honey, my hands are broke. My hands don't work. And when I say that, I mean, like, they don't work for the trash. Like, yes, I can take it out. If I see that you busy or you in the bathroom, I might be like, babe, I'm about to go take this trash out real quick. And if you like, babe, you said you about to do what? I say, I'm about to take the trash out. And you like, you about to do what? I'm already know, like, let me go back in my place. And I'm like that. But at the same time, I'm letting you know, like, I got you. We're good. But yes, I'm gonna let you do what you do, okay? My hands don't work when it comes to reaching high shit off the shelves. Like, I'm not about to go in there and grab my little step stool. I'm like, babe, can you get that for me? And watch you reach with them arms, okay? I love a man with some good arms. I love arms, okay? If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna let you do what you do. If I'm like, babe, can you come set up the grill for me? Whatever. I'm going to let the man be the man. If I need to lift up a heavy box, I'm going to call my man and watch him work them arms. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, I didn't confuse and all of that with what you were saying, but I mean, I got it. But this is what I had to say. So yeah, what else stood out to me? Okay, so black men smiling. Yes, yes, yes. We love. I love to see a black man smiling. Okay, love it. I'm around black men, period. But I love to see a black man smiling. Okay, and I love. I was telling one of my friends this the other day. Okay, so I was telling him like, if I wanted to like flirt with a dude, if I seen a dude I thought he looked nice, and I'm like, trying to see what's up with him or whatever. Let's just say we're at the bar or we're at the lounge or something. Cause that's the only time, yeah, I don't really be nowhere. And then if I am, I'm with people. So let's just say, or I ain't even gonna say a social event for real, but let's just say, you know, we're at a bar, at a lounge, day party, whatever. And I see a really attractive guy, whatever, you know, I like to compliment people. I do. I like to compliment them and all of that. So I might be like, oh, he look nice. Let me go compliment him. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like, I just want to tell you that you look really nice. And then, you know, if he smiled like he should, I'm gonna be like, oh, you have some pretty teeth, or you know, I see that you got all your teeth, you know, and I ain't gonna say that right off the bat, but I might be like, oh, you look really nice, and you know, he might say thank you. He should say thank you or whatever. And let's just say we keep talking. I ask him like, what you drinking? And he tell me, and I'm gonna say, okay, and you have a pretty smile. I see that you have all your teeth. He's going to laugh. If he has a sense of humor, that man is going to laugh. Okay? And me, I'm all about making a man feel good, getting him comfortable, you know. So if he laughs like he should because he has a sense of humor and he picks up on the fact that I tried to make him laugh, we gonna hit it off. We gonna be good as long as he does not have a woman. Okay? If he has a woman, then I just done striked out. But if he does not have a woman, I'm telling you, I'm at third base after I make that comment. After I make that comment about him having all his teeth, I promise you, I done jumped from first to third, okay? So yes, if you want to make a man laugh, compliment him. Make sure that if you want to make him smile, compliment him. Butter him up, you know, all of that. And then hit him. Hit him with that shot that'll get you to third base. Just say, oh, you have a nice smile. See, you got all your teeth. Watch he laugh, okay? He gonna show all his teeth. I promise you. So yes, we love a man smiling. And the same way that you said, like working with his hands or, you know, whatever. I love arms. Like, child, if I see a dude with some really, really, really nice arms, I'm gonna just be thinking like, damn, like he looked like he could probably pick me up, like, you know, yoke me up a little bit. I'm be looking like that, and it's not always anything sexual. It's just like, even when I'm talking to a dude, like, let's just say if the dude was like with the with all his teeth, okay? So let's just say if I was like, okay, I see you have a nice smile, okay, you look nice, and I might touch him and be like, okay, you have nice arms. If we still locked in from when I made that comment about his smile, and then he said something like, oh, you got a pretty smile too, and I'm like, thank you, and he's still trying to talk or whatever, and I see he got some nice arms, I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna do a little 1-2 squeeze, Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Personally, I love arms. I always do that. Okay, if you got some nice arms or whatever, baby, I'm touching, I'm squeezing. Okay, if you look like you work out, I'm touching your back. That's what I'm doing. Now, a thought just crossed my mind, but I'm not gonna say that. Okay, this is not that, so I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, I'm gonna make a man feel good. That's just what I'm gonna do. But yes, how you like a man that works with his hands. I love a man that I just love arms and all of that. Like a man that just looks strong and you can see the veins popping out a little bit, not too much. Yeah, I like that. And I see that you said a sense of humor. If y'all hear something, I'm cooking. I'm making some nachos, okay? How you said a sense of humor, like I just said, I love a sense of humor. If I can make the dude laugh, which, like I said, he should laugh when I say something about, I see he has all his teeth, okay? Anybody is going to laugh at that if you have a sense of humor. You're either going to laugh because you like, damn, this girl crazy, or damn, that's funny, or something like that. You're going to laugh. Now, if you don't have all your teeth, that would be obvious. Like, we would be able to see that, so I wouldn't say that. Or another way to get somebody laughing, y'all. Another way. This is for the ladies, or it's for the men too. I don't know how a woman would, Well, she would still laugh too. I feel like if you told her she had a pretty smile and then you said, "I see you got all your teeth," she's going to laugh at that. She is, if she has a sense of humor, okay. And then another one, depending on where y'all are. Like, let's just say it's nighttime or whatever. Y'all in a place. You tell her she got a pretty smile. You see that she got all her teeth. You can also say, and I see that they white too. I can see them in the dark. She's going to laugh because I say that also. Okay, I always say, every time I take a picture or something and I'm in the dark, I always say, I love that I can see my teeth in the dark. And then the person who hears me say it, they always laugh. So yes, I'm a little comedian on the low. Okay, I thought about doing like stand-up comedy, so I might announce that soon. So I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm too shy for that. If you know, you know. But you said, what did you say? You said unconditional acceptance. Okay, so that's the same as unconditional love, but I like acceptance a little better. Love them no matter what. Okay, so I think you also included, like, of course, if they're a good person, good woman, good man, of course, like, not have, drug you through the mud or nothing like that. So I can get with that. I do feel like if you are with somebody and you should love them unconditionally. You should. Don't judge them for their past. I feel like you should. I know it's some things that, like, when you get into a relationship, you probably will not know about that person, because I've heard before, and I agree with, like, you will never know 100% of the things about somebody. You will never know. So I feel like you should love somebody unconditionally, or what did you say? Unconditional acceptance. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that better than unconditional love. But unconditional acceptance, I do feel like I said, if you with somebody, accept them for their flaws and all. Okay, especially if you really, really rocking with them. Now, if it's something that you just like, I don't know about. I feel like if you, I don't want to step on my toes or, whatever, contradict myself, but I feel like some things you probably cannot get with, which is understandable. So I feel like if it's like, what is that word? I can't think of the dang on word. And I promise y'all I'm not about to get stuck on this because y'all know how I do. If it's one of them things where you just like, I can't let that go, then I just feel like, excuse me, that's probably not the person for you. Okay, but I do agree with unconditional acceptance. I agree with that. And then another person said, a lot of people said like having your own identity, which people have said that before. So that is very important. Like me, I want my man to do what he does, go after his dreams, his goals, all of that. Although I am a live in your skin kind of girl, I'm never going to stop you from doing your thing. I want you to do it. I want to see you grow, be successful, all of that. I also want you to have time for me. And I feel like a lot of people take that and like run with it and try to twist it, turn it. Because let's just say if I'm like, I want my man to live in my skin and I want this, they might be like, so you don't want me to work or you want a broke dude. And that's not the case, baby. That's not the case. I see what you tried to do, but that's not the case. I want my man to still have room for me. I want you to be successful. I want you to go to work. I want you to live out your dreams and all of that. I do. But I am also a person who wants attention. I want a man who is attentive to me. So I get that people are busy. I really do. I get it 100%. But I don't feel like people are too busy to text you to say, I'm just checking on you, just seeing how you doing, or, I was thinking about you. Because let me tell you something. Every day that somebody wakes up, at some point while they are getting ready for work, blah, 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 they get in the car. Before they go into work, they check their phones. So I don't want to, no, it's no reason that you should be hitting me up at 12 o'clock. Like, it's no reason. I'm sorry. If you got up at 6, it's no reason that 6 hours have went by and you have not talked to me. Like, that's just how I feel. It's no reason for it. Now, if you running late for work, I'm 100% get it. But when you get that free time, you're going to be like, sorry, babe. I was running late for work. I overslept, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Hope your day is going well. I'll talk to you when I get on my break, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to call her and you're going to tell her about your fucking morning and how you were rushing and almost hit a couple people going into work. So yes, you're going to tell her that. You're going to tell me that. So it's really no excuse for me. I want a man that wants to live in my skin, that wants to talk to me, that miss me, is going to let me know that he misses me, and I'm going to see it and feel it, like that's what I want. I don't know. These men these days, baby, I don't know. It's just not for me. Okay, I think I was born in the wrong generation. That's how I've been feeling lately. So, yeah. You can go out here and chase your dreams and do what you need to do because that is sexy, an ambitious man, whatever. It's sexy, a man that's on top of his shit. I love it. But you are going to make time for your woman. I don't feel like anybody is too busy to give their woman attention. If you are, then baby, you don't need to be dating. You don't need to be dating me. I'm not the woman for you. Yeah, it's just not it over here. So one of you said that you want a woman that can challenge you intellectually and pick your brain. I agree with that because I feel like I like for a man to teach me something that I did not know, just so I can be knowledgeable when it comes to that. And it's good when you can have an intellectual conversation with somebody, not just surface level things, like, I don't know, like, we tired of talking about favorite colors or, movies that came out and whatever, like intellectual conversation, like, we like that, especially if it's like, let's just say somebody, when it comes to like my podcast or something, let's just say if you're like, oh, I know how you can do this and how you can grow your platform, or how you can market your podcast better, or just market, period. And I like that because you're teaching me something, okay? Especially when it comes to my own thing that I'm trying to do. Like, you're teaching me about that or whatever. Or if you're like, oh, I can look up some things for you and, see who you can collab with or whatever, whatever. Or, I'm knowledgeable when it comes to this, whatever. Like, I like stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, I feel like we tired of surface level conversations. Okay, we tired of those. So yes, a woman that can challenge you and you can just have a conversation. So like another person said, they said a great communicator and somebody that knows how to hold a conversation, that is very important, let me tell you, because it's nothing like you sitting here trying to talk to somebody and they just like, oh, okay, baby, after the second, oh, okay, or oh, I'm done with the conversation, because clearly you cannot add anything to it. I'm talking to myself at this point, and before I get pissed off, let me just go ahead and take a step back, because I always tell people it does not take much to irritate me. It does not. I low-key, well, high-key wish I could change that. But which I know some people might be like, well, you can control your own emotions, blah, blah, blah. I know that, baby. But I'm easily irritable. Like, that's just what it is. So, yeah. And then people act stupid, So, yeah. But yeah, we want somebody that's gonna respond, add to the conversation. Like if you telling me about your business, that you do music or you make beats, I want to know. Like I might ask you, like, oh, how long does it take you to make a beat? Like, when are you, like, what gets you in the zone to do that? Like I'm going to ask you those type of questions, especially. And let me tell you another thing. Okay, baby. Another thing is, if a person is telling you about something that they are passionate about, baby, you need to engage, okay? You need, especially if you're trying to get that person attention, you need to engage and ask questions. Like I said, if somebody told me they make beats or they write music or whatever, I'm be like, what gets you in the zone? Like, I would want to know. Of course, you're not going to tell me like everything that goes into making beats, like, but I want to know. And then another thing is, I like to know how things are made. So, okay, baby, if there's a chance that I could possibly like watch you do your thing or something like that, I would love to, because that is my thing. Or you send me a beat that you made, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like this, whatever. Shit like that. I like that. So another thing that stood out to me was the mental health and going to therapy. So I personally have not been to therapy, but I want to. But I feel like somebody, that is not opposed to it. I like that, and being in tune with yourself. And if you have things that you need to work on and you feel like going to therapy and all of that would help that, then I feel like, to me, that is a turn on. It shows that you don't mind being vulnerable, talking about your issues or whatever you feel is going on with you. So as a man, for you to say that, I really like that, that you aren't just like, oh no, I'm not going to therapy, or men don't go to therapy, especially black men don't go to therapy. So I'm happy that you said that. Like, that's a turn on. That's a plus right there that you even said that. And then acts of service, that is a love language as well. It's not a love language of mine, although I love for a man to do things for me, want to do things for me. I really like that. And like you said, it's the small things that really, really count. So, yeah, and then it's a plus when you don't have to ask somebody, like a person who is attentive. Like I said, you okay, baby? Like I said, somebody like my man, like let's just say if I was like, damn, I need to find a new mic, or look into this, and he was like, I found this on Amazon. I went ahead and got it for you, what color you want, or he sent me a screenshot of him looking at Mike's and he was like, what color do you want? He went ahead and got it. I would appreciate that. I would love it so much. It's just something about somebody who pays attention to you. And as I always say, if you truly, truly, truly pay attention to a person, they will tell you everything that you need to know if you pay attention. So open-minded. I agree with that one. Somebody, I mean, I'm not going to say that I am 100% open-minded, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know about that. But I feel like if I have a partner that's like, look, babe, trust me, I know what you like, I know what you don't like, I got this, okay? I might be with it, especially if it's somebody who knows you and won't put you in situations that make you too uncomfortable. I don't mind being a little uncomfortable, like 1%. 1% uncomfortable. Or if it's something like related to my podcast, or, like books or something like that, because you guys know that I write erotic stories. So if it's something and I've always wanted to publish my work. So if it's like something like that, like getting me in rooms with people who can, help me get to where I'm trying to get to, then shit, make me uncomfortable. Yeah, something like that. But yeah. I'm not really a big surprise person either, but also you have to know me to know, like, okay, yeah, if I do that, that's taking it too far. Let me not do that, we don't want anxiety going through the roof. So it's all about knowing your partner. But yes, who's open-minded and doing different things, I agree with that. What was the other one? Consistency. Okay, this is the last one. Consistency. Y'all know how I feel about somebody being consistent, baby. Y'all already know how I feel when it comes to that. So yes, I need 100% consistency. Like I said earlier, if you start to show me inconsistency in any way, shape, form, fashion, I don't care, baby, I'm checking out. I'm checking out. I am going to, probably address it the first time, like, oh, you don't, do this like you used to. And then once I address it and nothing changes, or you change it a little bit because I done addressed it, and then you go back to your old ways, baby, I'm good on it. Like, I'm not about to keep repeating myself. I've said this. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. But yes, consistency is major for me. I always speak about it on the pod. So y'all already know that. Y'all showed out with that one though. Y'all really did. I like y'all answers. They were really interesting. I appreciate you guys that did send me voice messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you who didn't, 2 middle fingers. It's like I'm kidding, but I appreciate you guys for sending me your voice notes. And it was good to hear different people's perspective, because for some of y'all, I would have never guessed that those were y'all 3 non-sexual turn-ons. I should have asked y'all what was 3 sexual turn-ons. That's what I should have asked, but I didn't. Maybe next time. Maybe next episode I might ask y'all that. So be on the lookout for that if you would like to send in your voice note. Turn-ons. I would say a non-sexual turn-on is someone being consistent with me. Caring about my well-being, making me feel secure and safe, making me feel like, when I'm in your presence, you got me. Like, that is a turn on to me. It just has me looking at you like, damn, like, yeah, I it will make me happy. Like, I will probably always want to be around you, or just be happy to be in your presence and be around you. Me feeling safe when I'm with you and feeling secure, like, can't nobody mess with me or whatever. Like, listen, I would love that. I really would. I would love that. That will have me rubbing your head at night, stroking that beard at night. Okay, like, I love that. And that's not even, like I said, non-sexual. And that's not even, when I say rubbing the head and stroking the beard, it's not even on that type of time. It's just the fact that, for one, when I'm rubbing that head of yours, listen, you got me. You got me. Okay? When I'm playing in that beard, you probably got me. Okay? So, yeah, I just like that. A woman feeling safe and secure around a man is very, very, very important. I don't know if men know how important that is. Like, forget all the other stuff, like the X-rated stuff. Forget all of that. If you can make me feel safe and secure with you, I'm really going to start checking for you, for real, to be completely honest, because it's just something about a man being a man that I love. Like, I love that. You making sure I'm good when I'm with you. Like, and I like a man that takes charge. Also, that also plays into me feeling safe and secure. Like, you know what side of the street that you're supposed to be walking on. So if you see me like on the outside, you like, nah, let me get over there. You get over here. You're not supposed to be walking on that side of the street. Put me in check a little bit. I like that. I really do. I like to be put in check now. But do it respectfully. But when it comes to that, it is what it is. But I like that. Or you yeah, because that's a safety thing. With that I'm not supposed to be walking close to the traffic, so you get over there, and me, I'm peeping and I'm paying attention to, does this man, tell me to get on the right side of the road? Because I feel like if I have to tell you, then it's just like, whatever. Not really checking for him for real, because why do I have to tell you that? Why? Like, not even trying to be funny, but like, was that not something that you were taught? And we grown now, so it's like, nobody told you this? Like, no girl, nobody in your adult life? So yeah, and you opening the door for me, just, I don't know, I just like certain things, those things are just turn-ons to me. You paying attention to little things about me, like, you listen. I feel like the older I get, I enjoy the little things. I've always been that way. Like, even when it came to like my parents asking me what I want for Christmas, never wanted much. Never wanted two things. Never wanted much. But yeah, like, I enjoy good morning text. I enjoy just checking on you, making sure you're good. How's your day? I enjoy stuff like that. It ain't about the materialistic things now. It's not about that. That's a plus, but it's not about that. I enjoy just thinking about you, making sure you're good. Have you eaten today? And this is how I feel. Don't ask me have I eaten today if you're not gonna make sure I eat. Like, if I tell you no, what you gonna do about it? So yeah, like, I like things like that. I like, how are you mentally? How are you emotionally? Like, you good? Now that I have a son, how is your son doing? Like, checking on my baby. Listen, yeah, checking on us, checking on him. I like that. Like, yeah, I like that. Thank you for checking on my baby. So those are non-sexual turn-ons to me. But like I said, the most important one is a man making me feel safe, secure when I'm around him. Like, I ain't got to worry in the world because I know that this man got me. Okay? And if you got me, I'm going to have you. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Real and Raw with Ree. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you are listening on YouTube. If you are listening on any other platform, make sure that you hit that follow button to support my podcast. Get in the comments and tell me what you thought about the episode. Make sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about my podcast. And I will see you guys on Friday. Bye.